swtorPaladin here. Not doing a PvP video yet. Respecking my guy a little bit, I think. Trying to do my force camouflage. Because some guys on the forum were saying force camouflage is anti-CC. And I'm just making sure really quick that increases crit strike damage bonus for screen. I'm probably supposed to have that. That's probably one of my DPS problems they were talking about. Yep, I already do that. I already do that. I already do that. Yep. 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 Oh, they were talking about when to use rupture. I love to use rupture all the time. I know they're saying other times to use rupture, but I really like to use rupture all the time as much as I possibly can. Damage, down by cloak of pain. Strangulate, That would be cool. I use that all the time. Shoot. Increases it. Crit strike. I might do that too. Battle cry. No. Don't use Shicho form. Decimate. Double slash. Super slash. Nope. Special alert. No, that's first crit chance. Defensive roll. Nope. I thought for sure there was one on here that's like, if you use force camouflage. Oh, whoops, there it is. Just a person. Okay, so I gotta make sure when I respec that I use my unbound. So this video's kind of got two purposes. As I'm respecing through here, I want to talk a little bit about the channel, basically. I like to talk about things that are relevant, things that are current and important. And Star Wars, in a lot of ways, is a literary device for real life. Much as any good story or just anything, really, any webcomics or whatever, any kind of comic or any TV show you watch, they're all just literary devices for reality. They reflect reality and reality reflects them. The thing is, I use that all the time. The thing is, there are some people, and some of you are probably watching this, just as a lot of people I talk about are probably watching most of these videos. I'm not talking about you behind your back. This is what it is. Reduce first screen score. The thing is, you guys, I talk about a lot of stuff. You've already figured that out. I think that shouldn't have been some big mystery, some big surprise that I'm gonna be talking about more than just exactly this game. I don't really know if I need this movement speed buff. Let's try to skip that and see how I do. Hopefully it doesn't drive me nuts. I'm gonna put this into Unbound instead. Make sure I get this. Must have went a little over somewhere else. Yeah, definitely. Oh, I see what happened. I'm gonna be talking about more than just this game. Than literally like these specific events in this game. And And I think it may even be a little naive on your part to think that I was only ever gonna talk about this. I mean, that's really silly. That I I'm not that person. I'm very complex. I think really complex things. I'm a critical thinker, and I'm a builder, and I'm a supporter. I help a lot of people. That's what I do. That's what I feel like my primary goal in life is to help people. That means I talk about a lot of stuff. That means I criticize a lot of stuff. People have accused me of complaining. People have accused me of all kinds of stuff. Or talking about things that, in their opinion, don't have any place in Star Wars. Language has everything to do with Star Wars. Cyberbullying has everything to do with Star Wars. The Second Amendment has everything to do with Star Wars. This game is a reflection of real life. The economy has everything to do with Star Wars, and Star Wars has everything to do with the economy. Star Wars TOR is like a microcosm of real life. And so, you anyone who's really good at this game, who actually thoroughly understands it, already gets that. If you think it has no place, then you're actually on the outside looking in and you don't realize it. And if that's the case, it's not going to be possible for me to explain it to you unless you embrace it and realize that this game is actually extremely complicated. Reduce the cooldown. Maybe that's where I'm screwing up. Maybe I need to skip battering assault. I use my battering assault to generate rage all the time though. But maybe that's the problem. Let's skip battering assault and see what happens. I'm doing this channel, and I've said this before, and I'll say it as many times as I have to. I'm not doing this just so you can watch my video and go, okay, cool, he played a PvP match. I'm not just doing it for that. And I'm not just doing it so you have a similar skilled player to watch. I am doing it for those reasons, but there's so many reasons. There's something in these videos for almost everybody. And so you might not like some of the things on this video, but somebody else might like it a lot. When your target form deals damage, stacks up to 3 times. I mean, I think I want that. I use Overwhelm all the time too. But Sever seems like it's gonna increase my damage a lot more. So I'll still get my Deadly Throw will still immobilize. And my Obfuscate. Which one was my Obfuscate? Do I even use that one? Oh dang it, why does that keep going there? I remember what that is, dang it. This is the method that I go through. I actually get asked a lot from other players. How do you know how to spec your guy? Oh, I used to use this all the time. I need to put this back into my stinking rotation. Shoot, where should I put it? Put it right here. People ask me a lot, how do I choose? Not how do I choose, but how do they choose how to spec their guys? This could help them. This could help with that. You know, I don't know. I don't necessarily know what's gonna help every single person. I don't know what's gonna resonate with every single person. I don't. Let's see, where do I want to put it? Put it there. But I'm gonna be talking about a lot of things. If it helps, which I don't think it will, but let's play pretend for a second. If it helps that I explain how it's relevant, I'll make sure I do that. I think it's obvious though, but maybe it's only obvious to me. I don't know. But I'm a critical thinker. I critical think a lot. That's what I do. I critically think through everything, and I won't talk about anything that doesn't somehow relate to TOR. Or if I'm playing Clone Wars, I'll try not to talk about things that, I mean, it's, for all intents and purposes, I mean, it's all the same thing. They're just different. And Tiny Death Star, which again is Yavin time frame. I won't. I talk about all my Star Wars stuff interchangeably, but this is just a reflection of real life. That's even how Star Wars begins a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. This isn't some other universe. That's not how Lucas wrote these stories. And I'm sorry if that's too complex for you to understand. I never said that I'm only going to be commenting on exactly what it is I'm doing. I would think after a while that would get extremely boring. Sitting there and just narrating my own games over and over again. But maybe that's what you want. I mean, I've watched so many videos, hundreds of videos on every game. I stopped watching all of them for exactly the same reason. Because sooner or later, I used to watch Husky all the time. In fact, I've watched Husky several times. You know, Husky StarCraft. He knows it, and I haven't talked to him personally because he gets 100 million people talking to him 24/7. So he doesn't. He talks to. In fact, I tried to meet him once, and at PAX, in fact, but security has each section cordoned off by badge, and I couldn't go into his level of badge area, which he didn't know about. I guess, okay, so he did talk, so I have actually talked to him, because I talked to him about that, and he didn't know. But I understand what these people go through. StarCraft 2 hit a really bad lull. I'm gonna go fight some mobs and see how this spec does. Hopefully you'll hang out with me a while longer and watch as I test my build, which is part of this, because I've got to mentally get my brain reoriented. Because I used to have Obfuscate, but I used to have it over here, I think. These videos are a two-way street. People can only make a game so interesting. The community can only make a game so interesting. and I keep talking about like Ultima Online, even if the developers left Ultima Online alone for the rest of time, I'm pretty sure be able to keep it going. Because that game, it has near infinite potential, even by itself. People can just make up crap to do till the end of time. But like StarCraft 2, if you don't count the content editor, people continue to hit walls in that game all the time. Because it just is not as interesting as the original StarCraft. Now, why is that, you ask? Well, because the original StarCraft had like freaking 3 times the amount of units. And you go, oh, you're talking about StarCraft and you're playing Star Wars, blah blah. No, the thing is, Star Wars will cease to be interesting if they don't create new content, because it is not a sandbox. Therefore, to keep it interesting, it's people that will create the content, not the developers. And that in and of itself is how these, I mean, this is not Let's Play, but that's why Let's Play has continued to flourish. Because, let's see, because it's people making the content, not the game developers. I mean, think about it. Think about that. Okay, so that's not gonna freeze people anymore. People make these Let's Play videos, not the community, not the developers. It's people creating the content. So if you don't like me talking about, commenting about whatever it is that's on my mind, that's gonna start to suck, because you can only talk about this game so much. You can only talk about like the functional mechanics of what's going on so much. And it'll start to get boring and lose its appeal. And a lot of other really, really high YouTubers have ran into that problem. That's why Husky stopped, or at least drastically slowed down, commenting on standard games. Because it wasn't interesting anymore. It wasn't as dynamic as it used to be. He started doing Bronze League Heroes, and he started doing StarCraft 2, but with different rules. He had to. He had to, because it was getting too damn boring. He was burning out, and everybody else was burning out. So what do you want? What do you expect? I mean, it's naive to think that unless you're in a sandbox game, cough cough, Minecraft, which I can't stand. Oh no, I'm gonna piss off all the Minecraft people now. But that's why Minecraft is so popular. That's why it has so many damn channels. Because it's a freaking sandbox. So you can sit there and talk about it forever. But this is not a sandbox. PvP is not a sandbox. There's a finite amount of options. It's gore. Gore is what I was missing. Maybe I need to put gore up here. So I hit my gore and then try to hammer on my massacre. Maybe that's what I'll do. Something like that. Gore, and then jam on these guys. I don't like my obfuscate being up here though. I don't know how I'm gonna use it yet. I'm gonna use it on somebody I'm trying to burn down, obviously. And that's when I'll hit these. But I have my Undying Rage down here. I think I want my Undying Rage up here. Just, I come to the conclusion a long time ago that you can't change people who don't want to change. But I'm not trying to change you guys. In fact, in one of my videos I talked about that. There's a lot of things that I'm not going to talk about. Like, for example, religion just came to mind. I'm not gonna sit here and drone on about religion because that's one of the number one things that people's minds are made up about. And as you know, as you know, playing Star Wars, you're already getting religion bashed over your head 24/7. The only thing is, it's the Star Wars version of religion that's getting bashed over your head. Let's do that. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna bash religion over your head. It's awfully busy over here now. Do I want to obfuscate down here? This is where it used to be. What if I do that? 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 I don't know, we'll find out. I'm not gonna bash religion over your head. Because there's literally there's a clear divide. I wouldn't even know how to draw conclusions because it's so. I mean, I remember when I was a kid and I was asking my dad about that. There's just no comparison. And then to, make matters even more complex with the Force, you get into the whole midichlorian thing, and then you're like, what? So I'm not gonna. I wouldn't know what to do. Smash, sweeping slash, smash, obliterate. Smash, obliterate. Smash, smash, smash. Smash. Smash, obliterate. Okay, that's smash. I actually use that quite a bit. Obliterate, obliterate. I don't think I use obliterate, do I? Oh, I use that all the time. I'm just double checking my points really quick. I don't. There's like abortion, for example. That's that's a really, really complex topic. Oh, whoops! I was looking down here. Swimming slash. There's no. That topic's never brought up in this game. There's no equal. There's no equal content to it. I mean, even though like female Jedi are not supposed to have attachments, male Jedi aren't supposed to have attachments, and they're not supposed to have kids. There's no story arc that I know of, although it could be in the extended universe somewhere, where, oh, we're not supposed to have a kid, we don't want to get caught, should we abort the kid, or whatever. Like, that doesn't happen as far as I know, so that's not something I'm gonna bring up. But there's a lot of other mature stuff in this game, like slavery. What, you never want me to talk about slavery? Even though slavery is absolutely rampant as hell in the Star Wars universe. So are you gonna freak out when I bring that up? There's prostitution galore, stripper galore, piracy, every freaking torture up the wazoo in the Star Wars universe. So those are all avenues to bring up very, very difficult, complicated topics. I might use this more if I get that. I'm trying to decide between annihilation and rage. But cyberbullying, so you're like, whoa, what's cyberbullying? Well, unfortunately, there's a human element to this game. And even though cyberbullying doesn't exist in the Star Wars universe, because craploads of people are playing this game. Ooh, I like that. I like that. Because there's people that play this game, you're gonna get that. Dang it, that is really tempting. Let's go with that. Let's see if I can... I don't want to screw that up. No, I'm pretty sure I can remove that. So I hope that explains... Slots per row. Crap, which one of these is it? There we go. I hope that explains my thought process. I'm honestly only trying to talk about things that are relevant and brought up in either a literary sense or because people put them into this game through their own existence inside this game. I didn't think that was going to be a surprise or a shock. Maybe it is, maybe because people just aren't used to it. But, yeah. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to say. I'm not going to bury my head in the sand, ignore it, and not talk about it. Because two things are going to happen. Number one, that's... And number two, it's going to be incredibly boring. I'm trying to provide better content than that, than just the analysis of the game. I'm doing the analysis of the game too. I am. However, the funny thing is people just rip apart my analysis of the game too. No, that's not true. Blah blah blah. Dude, what? It's like, and that's the thing. That's what it boils down to. There's something for everybody in these videos, but at the same time, there's something in each one of these videos that's probably gonna, or definitely in some cases, going to irk some people. I hope that you'll stay and watch. You know, I hope, and I've said this in other videos too, you don't have the right to be offended. That's a figment of your imagination, and what you have the right to do is to respond or to leave. And there's a couple of generations now that exist that believe they have the right to be offended, and they don't. That's a huge, huge thing that's wrong with this society. I've heard it all the time. In fact, stand-up comedians talk about it. Or they used to talk about it all the time. I'm offended. I'm offended. You know what? That's your own problem. That's your problem if you're offended. Now, if there's something legitimately wrong with what I'm doing or saying, then that's a different situation. But if I'm talking about cyberbullying, I'm talking from personal experience, and I'm talking about the experience of a lot of other people. If I'm talking about language, I've worked on language a lot. I've talked about language for hours and hours and hours until I don't have a frickin' voice left. I think I understand this stuff pretty well. And I encourage you to respond down in the comments with whatever you agree or disagree with. But if it's the fact that you're offended, or you don't want me talking about this. You know, it's commentary. I'm not just gonna analyze the game. I'm gonna be analyzing everything, everything to do with it. And what I will promise to do my best on is to not deviate to things that are not Star Wars um, related. But cyberbullying is just as much a part of this game as everything. Suicide, for example, is a big part of this game, and you're like, no, it's not. Suicide has nothing to do with this game. Uh, Look at this. Report. Report real life threat / suicide. You want to tell me that that's not a part of this game? Because it looks like it is. It's right there. Report harassment. Oh, wow. Okay, it's a part of the damn game. Yeah, it's a people element, but it's a part of the game. It's not a part of the Star Wars universe, but it is now because there's people in the Star Wars universe that are people from this galaxy in this time frame. Right, Jasa? Right. Okay. So, thanks for watching me try to spec my character. I'm going to try to PvP with them now. If I offended you, okay. If I didn't offend you, okay. But I hope this explains me, because I tried to put some of this in my intro video, and there's no way I can put it all in. I think you can really only understand me after watching maybe hundreds and hundreds of videos. Even then, some people may never understand me. But I hope that you'll stay around long enough to try to learn. And if you have questions, just ask, because I think my mindset adds a lot of value to people. It's a completely different way of looking at everything. And this is also my way of role-playing. I was talking to Zedek about that. This is how I roleplay. I pretend like I'm actually this character, critically thinking throughout this universe. You know, this is my role-playing at its absolute core. Critically analyzing everything, looking for the most complicated things to analyze, because it's the only thing that keeps my brain busy. Anyway, I'm gonna shut this off. If you actually sat through the whole thing, I really appreciate it. I hope you'll leave some comments, and I hope you'll like and subscribe and hang out, and together maybe we'll make some new friends and start a new community where it's okay to actually talk about deep, intellectual, pressing, troubling stuff, to actually try to help each other instead of superficial burying your head in the sand, hoping the government, or in this case the Republic or the Empire, is going to help you, and to actually stand up on your own 2 feet and be prepared. Be prepared for anything. Because even though you can't really stock food or, anything and be prepared in this game, stuff like that doesn't really get addressed, but it's all there. Be prepared, be ready for anything, be trained, be aware, be safe. Carry your lightsabers everywhere with you. Bring your friend with you. Do whatever you've got to do to be safe. And when I'm PvPing, that means being aware and having my having the spells out that I'm supposed to have. Where the hell's my force camouflage? Crap. I did all that and I didn't even put my force camouflage on my bar. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about for me. And I'm sure there's other people out there that think like that too. So I'm going to shut this off and put force camouflage on my bar. I can't believe I did all this and I forgot to do that. thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I'll talk to you guys later, and I hope you like the HD. Talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye.